What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today, in this journey in the stock market, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, it has been an interesting day to say the least. We had a pump rolling this morning, which was good to see. But towards the middle of the day, we kind of started to run out of little bit of gas. Yes, we've had a lot of stuff. Actually, a lot of Fed have come out and the numbers have come out to show that inflation isn't particularly close, which is a very positive thing. But what I am actually seeing is that a lot of big tech, although it is got some steam in it, is sitting at support, which is not something that is great. We did get a bit of a pullback the other day. But being said, let me go ahead and pull up the charts so you guys can see exactly what I am looking at. So today, the good thing is that we are actually still above the middle Bollinger Band here on the daily, on the SPY. The thing is we retested the linear regression line yesterday, and we kind of opened up, which is interesting to see on where we're actually at. I know TOS isn't the greatest here. It's not a clean shot here, but if we go down to the 1 hour, we are actually hitting against some resistance, and we've been fighting this 420.61 mark for the past 2 days here. And we did sell off yesterday, have a pushback, and now we're kind of creating a wedge, although we are holding support here. And I think that's what's most important here on the SPY. I think maybe we want to be waiting for this 200. Given tomorrow's only Thursday, I wouldn't be surprised if we open up kind of flat tomorrow, possibly get some numbers, employment numbers tomorrow that might actually help boost us and break us out of this pre-market. Could be a possibility. I think we might actually run on this trend line until this 200 moving average moves up on the hourly. Could be a possibility. Now, as far as the Qs have been consolidating quite greatly. I think there's going to be a big move out of here, to be honest. So just watching to see what this does. Again, it's been very flat. We've had good news. A lot of different companies have come out, and I thought we were actually doing good. Tesla tried to break out today. Amazon tried to break out today. Then towards the end of the day, we kind of just sold off. That resistance held and everything just sold off today. So being said, I wouldn't be, again, surprised if we hold flat. If we do pop, I could also see us pop over the resistance and possibly look for a run at that point. But Qs are looking extremely good, to be honest. I love this consolidation here on the hourly. On the daily in itself, we're still looking good. We're hitting that linear regression line. Typically, you'll get a nice bounce off of it, and then typically I'll run right through it. That's why I don't typically like the linear regression line, because it's good just for a quick pull. But on the daily, it's not bad. It gives you an idea of what is going on and why it'd be stopping typically, aside from the other EMAs that I use and the supply and demand zones that I use. But being said, let's go ahead and whip up the watch list. Tesla is on here, although Tesla, if it does gap up tomorrow, it could be good. If it does not, I think there might be some selling on Tesla again. It's been really struggling. It has popped to try to get over that 624 mark, I believe it was today. I'll take a look at that, but it really tried, and it couldn't hold above it. Every time it would get above it, it'd be shorted. Sellers are moving very fast. VYGF, a lot of these are all daily setups that still look good for tomorrow. Although I, again, am kind of looking at tomorrow as being a little bit of short biased tomorrow. Just looking at everything, like I'm talking about Tesla here, this 624 mark, it really tried, and it broke above it a couple different times today. Towards the end of the day, it really tried, but it just could not hold it, and it kept selling off. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we gap up or come back down into the zone and kind of just chill here, or perhaps even just go sideways. As you saw, the Qs were going sideways as well. But if it does break above this 24.91 mark, I think at that point, as long as that hourly candle could open up above that, I think we got room to run. This is also one that I grabbed shares here at 6:05 today, rode that up, and then finally sold it at end of day because I didn't like this rejection off of here in case there's more selling. But I still am very bullish on Tesla. It's just there's going to be a lot of push, pop, and consolidation, I think, in this market, and that's what we are seeing. My biggest thing is one bad report, and this thing could really sell off. And retest is what I'm concerned about. So right now I'm still kind of being cautious on everything that I do take. So that's what I got for that one. The next one I do have is VY. If I can type here, make sure this is correct. We got VYGV. This is the Voyager app. So another application to buy cryptocurrency. Voyager looks actually really good. It looks like it broke out of the wedge on the daily. That's why I wanted to bring this one up. It looks like it broke and is actually retesting tomorrow. So as long as we are above that 1950 tomorrow, I think that is really going to make the difference. I think we can see a pop back up to 30, or possibly ride back to 30 would be fantastic. If that is the case, I will be looking to get some shares in this tomorrow and ride that up. Ultimately, I've been playing a lot of shares lately only because time really helps, and especially with a lot of the contracts. If it's not a straight shot, which we're not really getting, the contracts get pretty chewed up. Even the leaps get pretty banged up. So I've been playing a lot of shares lately just because of the market sentiment right now. So the next one I do have is something I don't really talk about a lot, is Microsoft. And they've been actually doing pretty good for the most part. But I do like it on the daily here. It's above all the EMAs. I could possibly look if we can break that 256 mark, which is currently sitting at that 251 mark. We could get a little bit of a gap fill there, retest all-time highs. I think Microsoft has got it in it. So I like it on the daily, even on the hourly. We ultimately want to break that 255 mark. But even on the hourly, it's something to keep in mind. The consolidation, it's looking like the QQQs right now. So my guess would be that this would run in parallel with QQQ at the moment, and see what we have going into tomorrow. Again, everything is pretty much 50-50 right now, so I've been really cautious on swinging anything overnight. Again, anything is possible, so just trying to be mindful of that. Penn is the other one I have. And trying to watch the rotations, because there have been some really weird rotations. A lot of stocks are running individually, which is good to see. We're starting to get that normalization and that separation of everything. So that's good to ultimately see that come back to life, which we've been missing for a while now. But Penn, ultimately, I was looking at this 83.43 mark as being a good entry point, because on the daily, if you look at the daily, we're attempting to try to break back over the 200 and all these EMAs. If we can hold over that 83.58 mark, I want to take perhaps some calls in this actually, or even shares in this. If they are calls, I'll be looking more for possibly leaps in this. But ultimately, I think once it gets above that, then it's got plenty of room to run. I'm trying to think of what other sports we got going on. I know we got baseball right now, but yeah. So I think ultimately Penn could be very good at this particular setup. Again, for a long swing, I might even just grab shares just for the longer swing, because going forward, I think once we start rolling, we'll start gaining some momentum on Penn as well. But the other one I have is Peloton, and Peloton actually made a huge move today. I didn't even notice this move today, but it did rip. I've never traded Peloton since it is a newer stock. But if it does hold this 105 mark, another stock I want to get in shares or leaps. Again, everything that I'm taking has time, only because we rattle around so much. Battling the in and out can be quite tiresome, especially because of myself. Even now, I've been doing more scalping than I normally typically like to do, only because of the way the market is. But at time, I'm trying to lean more back into time and shares at this point to try to again buffer this rattling, this whipsaw that we're getting just about every day. Again, we consolidate, we push, we consolidate, we push. Again, seeing a lot of that, so trying to combat that. But ultimately, I do like Penn, so as long as Peloton, so as long as it stays again across this 105 mark, 46, I'll be looking for a retest tomorrow. If it does, I'll be looking to get in tomorrow. So I do like Peloton. But with that being said, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Again, another short video. I'm trying to keep these shorter and trying to give you guys value, try to give you guys good stocks to pick tomorrow. For swings, again, I don't typically like to scalp. I scalp when I can, when there's an opening, especially on days when we're popping. There's a lot of opportunity only because we get into that consolidation mode and then nothing moves. And when it's normally in consolidation mode, I typically just trade shares at that point because I don't want to be dealing with essentially the theta and the delta chewing up my contracts. So being said, that's pretty much what I got. Remember to hit the like button on the way out and to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys later.